welcome back to my YouTube channel, or welcome to my YouTube channel. I have a pretty fun video for you today. Guess what just happened 2 days ago? Canon just had a live event, and they just announced their two new, count them two, not one, but two, vlogging cameras. Yes, that is very exciting. The cameras they just announced were the Canon EOS R50v and then the Canon Powershot V1. That's exciting. I am currently in my dorm because I want to give you a full-on break. I have it up here on my laptop, so let's get started. I'm gonna start with the Canon EOS R50v because that's the one I want to buy eventually, and also because I want it. I'm more excited about the mirrorless camera. I'm sorry, what can sue me? So the Canon EOS R50 is a interchangeable mirrorless APS-C size sensor camera. It is really fun because it is essentially the R50 but without a viewfinder, and then with a few more video features that it did not, the original R50 did not have. So probably the biggest thing on this camera that the R50 did not have is this camera can shoot in uncropped 4K up to 30 frames a second. Once you get to 4K 60 frames, that's when it will crop with I believe, a 1.6 crop. But otherwise, that's pretty good because the R50, you shoot in any frame rate in 4K and it crops automatically. This camera comes with a few interesting features that I've never personally seen on a camera before. One, they have a record button like on the front of the camera, and I'll obviously show pictures. So instead of trying to like go on the top of the camera, you can just hit the button in the front. And then now, since TikTok and vertical content has been so popular, they put a quarter thread screw on the right side or the handle of the camera, so you can just hook it up to any tripod instead of trying to get like a rig that works, you know, those like a small rig cage, or get those L brackets that are annoying to use. This camera has, I believe, what is it, 7 or 8 different mode dials, which is really nice, and they are all centered around video except one of them, which is for stills and photos. Woo, I talk really fast already. So sensor, let's talk about the sensor. This sensor is a 24.2 megapixel APS-C CMOS image sensor, and the nice thing about this camera, guys, is Digic X image processor that will get you the really crispy, dual pixel autofocus, which is really fast. And I'm noticing with these cameras and the reviews I've seen, you can hold something so close to the lens and it'll focus, which is nice. So yeah, this camera also is like the same size. Like, to me, I don't know if anyone else remembers, it looks like the Canon M6 when they had the M series mirrorless cameras versus now the R series. So I like how it has a flat top and it's just like more compact. The only thing I will say, I haven't held it before, but I would like to. The handle looks kind of shallow, so I'm a little worried about that, but otherwise it's fine. This has advanced video features like zebra and also false color. You can also shoot in C-Log 3, which is Canon's log, that when it's like really grayscale when you're shooting, and then you can color grade the hell out of it and make it look amazing. This also has a new menu that when you flip it vertically, the menu orients itself so you can still read it when it's in vertical form. We love that. Thank you, Canon. Canon really just answered all our questions with this camera, at least for the vloggers. People are like, oh, it doesn't have a viewfinder. Oh, it doesn't have this. They said it was specifically a video camera. So maybe you should read, because I know I do. Another fun thing about this camera is that this thing is honestly kind of, at least for the camera world, because I can't afford it right now, it's $849, which compared to the Sony ZV-E10 Mark II, which this is directly competing with, is like $200 less than the Sony. I know. This camera has an SNF mode dial, so you can shoot in time lapse or slow motion. This thing can also shoot in 1080p, 120 frames a second. Would like to see 4K, but I think they're trying to do it so they can keep the budget low. This also has a really, 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 really exciting thing that the Sony does not. This has your normal mic port plug-in, but it also has a headphone monitoring port. Yes, I know, everyone. We all can now plug headphones into the camera. This camera can be charged by a USB-C cord that I believe is provided. You can use it as a webcam, which is really nice. Now, here is my favorite thing about the camera. Sorry, not about the camera. This camera is being shipped with a brand new kit lens. It is a 14 to 30 millimeter lens with a f of 4 to 6.3, and it is a power zoom lens, which means like, when you twist the lens, it doesn't like go out manually. on the inside of the camera, it'll go slowly, and I know in the settings you can control the speed of the zoom, which is really exciting. Thank you, Canon. The only thing I'm not a fan of is the f-stop, because it could be lower, like maybe even 2.8, but honestly, we'll take what we can get. This camera is on pre-order right now. With the kit lens, it is $849, and then without the kit lens, you can buy it for $649. So that's pretty good. I'm really excited. It also has a multi-interface shoe at the top, so you can plug in like Canon's mics or their like flashes. And I'm wondering, I have an assumption. I hope Canon makes a viewfinder accessory for this camera, because they did that for the Canon M6. So maybe they'll do this. So yeah. Alrighty. Another fun thing about the camera is not only does it have that record button on the front, but it also has one on the top that can also be used as a shutter button, I'm assuming. But it's just so when you're filming, you can just hit because like where my camera is, it would be like right by the lens is where the record button is, which is really fun. Alrighty. I think that is it. Alrighty, everyone. That is it for the Canon EOS R50v. Now let's get into the Canon Powershot V1. This is Canon's new point and shoot camera, part of their new V series. This camera goes for $899 on Canon's website right now, and I'm pretty sure you can pre-order it at Best Buy, not Amazon, B&H, and all this other camera websites. This is Canon's competitor against Sony's ZV-1 Mark II, which is really popular, but this camera is kind of expensive, but it has some features that makes it expensive. Number one, it has a 16 to 50 millimeter lens with a f of 2.8 to 4.5, which is a really wide angle lens, which is really nice. It has a 22.3 megapixel image sensor, which is nice, as well as this also can shoot in C-Log 3. It also has dual pixel autofocus. It has the Digix X processor, so you're going to have all the eye detection, all the fancy autofocus features. Really excited. This camera has a thing that I've never seen on a camera. It has a vent. In the camera, it has a vent. So when you're shooting, you can get up to infinite amount times of filming when you have it plugged into a source, until your SD card runs out, or yeah. Like, it's really nice. This camera is kind of bigger. It's bigger than the G7X, but it's honestly still pocketable, which is really nice. It has the nice like adjustable ring, which is also good. This camera also has a better microphone than the Canon R50v. It has a directional microphone that it can tell whether you're behind it or in front of it, which is really nice. It has both of these cameras have a 3-inch articulating screen, which we love for vlogging. It's really nice. They both have a soft skin effect, so you can affect the skin and how it looks, if it's natural or not. You can also have additional. It also has. I can't talk. You can put demo mode on, so it's essentially Sony's product showcase. So instead of putting your hand behind a product, it'll just focus when you put it in front. And it's really fast. All the videos I've seen are lightning quick. I am really excited for this camera to come out. I don't think I'll get this camera, mainly because I don't really want another point and shoot. I have one right now, and I don't think I'll sell it. So yeah. Oh, another thing that's nice about these cameras, you can get so close to objects and have it still be in focus. Like, it says up to 5 inches, which is really nice because you want to be able to show your products. And sometimes with my Sony ZV-1F, if you hold it too close to the lens, it will not focus on anything. The sensor on this camera got bigger than a 1-inch, which is really nice because most cameras nowadays that are point and shoots are 1-inch sensors. the DJI Osmo Pocket 3 has a 1-inch sensor. The Insta360 action camera has a 1-inch sensor. My Sony ZV-1F has a 1-inch sensor. I believe so does the G7X. But now this one has a 1.4-inch sensor, which is really good. And it can get you better low light, it can get you better like lighting. It has the fan is somehow they incorporated it into there to make it not overheat. It's so nice. The cameras both have a tally light. I know. So the tally light is essentially a light on somewhere on the camera that it essentially stays red when you're recording. Like my camera, I'll show you. So as you can see on the on my camera, I have that red light, and then on same with the Canon, they put a red frame around the screen so you can know when you're recording. They did in the release video of essentially making fun of Nicole Leno's mom for saying she always forgets to press record. So yeah, that is exciting. I can't wait to get my hands on these cameras. Also, another thing I'd like to mention, Alicia Marie and Heath Hussar were in the Canon release video. I was so confused. They really just, like, I knew Alicia and Nicole worked with Canon, but Heath, I didn't know Heath worked with Canon, so good for him. I mean, I was very excited because Alicia, they opened the box and she talked about the R50v, which is a mirrorless camera, and that's why she talked about it. Heath talked about the Powershot V1, and then Nicole also talked about the Powershot V1. Alrighty, guys. I want to thank you all so much for watching this video. Like, subscribe, do all the things down below, and I will see you all later. Bye, y'all.